These are teams that have lost in the elimination bracket, you know, on that upper bracket, and have now moved down, trying to get back up if they possibly can. I think we're going to have a knife round here to decide the sides, which makes sense, it being the third map decider. And we had Nuke previous to this, which was won by the CT side in this case, which is Beers, Boys, and B Magic.
Triple B, should we call them that? I don't
Indeed,
know.
yeah, Triple B, I think.
Nice and easy for us and the viewers.
Yeah, that's very true. And then the first map, I'm not quite sure what it was, but obviously would have been won by Enclave in that case. So the knife goes the way of the CT side. Hopefully they'll be able to swap sides if they so wish. It would seem. Oh no, I believe it was Enclave that won the knife there. So should be getting into the
team names there, but
indeed. Yeah, I know. Sometimes they come.
It makes it easier for us
don't.
casters, you know.
Yeah, the tags are a little bit fickle in that respect sometimes. But
I like a challenge. It's fine. It's not a problem.
Got to remember it all, and the names as well aren't quite. I think the only one that we're missing is actually B Magic on that right hand side.
Right. Okay.
Everyone else's names absolutely fine on the screen as they come up. Big Black Nick is actually B Magic.
Right. Okay. Got it.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm sure we'll get berated for it if we are.
So the team.
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay.
Looking good so far as we're getting into the pistol round here. Everything going to be.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see exactly what strat they opt for the first round. Obviously, first round being the UK. Going to be aggressive or passive. It'll be interesting to see how they play this out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
I don't know how they've been playing through that.
Inferno as well. Well, I mean, we've seen a little bit of Enclave earlier.
Okay.
I can't remember. I didn't cast the game personally, but it was quite a good showing, I think. But unfortunately, they lost 2-1 in the end. But a bit of aggression over towards B here for them.
Yeah.
Which I think is quite smart because, you know, on Inferno, you kind of want to get that banana control as early as possible.
Of course. I like what they're doing here at Triple B, though. I mean, they're giving a bit of aggression onto Banana, but at the same time, on the other side of the map, they've got apps control too. So they're controlling the map as best they possibly can and relaying as much information as they can to their teammates too, which only helps going into an execution.
Indeed. Just kind of establishing presence at this point. They've actually got no one with any utility at all. It's just full armor, so wherever they end up going, it's just going to be a straight up rush, hoping to hit the shot. Same kind of situation over on that CT side as well. First kill goes over towards Whisk, and Trials picks up a second, also gets the second from that position over towards the Coffin. Zio, however, has traded 2 back. We're into a 3-on-2 now. There's one CT side player still here on this B-bomb side. Mr. Hui going to drop the bomb there and deny that bomb plant. So it's now a 3 versus 1 for Ducky, and he is miles away, all the way on that A-bomb site. Got to rotate round towards B.
Indeed. It would have been nice to see Zio there hold back and just wait for Ducky to, Duckside, should I say, to rotate back over so he can go in there as a double, not 1 by 1. But it's the first round. We won't give him, take away too much credit. But yeah, would like to see a better strat from them, considering they had so much control in the beginning of the round.
Yeah, they established that banana control very early, just not ready for that third player to be there. I think Mr. Huey kind of hiding behind the new box area really caught them off and ultimately secured the round there. So
exactly.
Bit of an eco coming in, didn't manage to get that bomb down, unfortunately. So it's actually going to be a full spend. They're going to force up as much as they possibly can. Ducky and B Magic getting themselves a little bit of utility. There's also a smoke in the hands of Zio after he picked up those 2 kills early on. But the superior weaponry of the CTs, you would expect them to take this one pretty cleanly.
Absolutely, they've got full utility there pretty much, and SMG is going against Deagles. We know that Force on CSGO does opt to normally come out on top, but it's going to be interesting to see exactly what Duxer uses, or how he uses this utility he has on A side. But it looks like we're going to go for an A execute here. It just the bomb is obviously bottom banana, and the rest of his team are just holding that mid A, hoping that someone peeks. But it's looking like the CTs here are playing passively, aren't giving much away whatsoever. But that's only giving the T's control here, which is exactly what Duxter and his teammates want. Yeah,
it's odd. I mean, a bit of early aggression can be very risky up against the pistols. You know, if you give them a kill and they've got armor, they get a hold of some superior weaponry. But also at the same time, you're kind of playing into their hands, playing the close angles. It might end up, working out in their favour in the end. Going to rush out onto this A-bomb site, however, lose 3 players very quickly. Ryback is able to drop 1. Zio as well will drop another. A clean headshot from Ryback has been found, so suddenly we're into a 2-on-2. The bomb going to go down pretty cleanly here, and they're going to be able to play the post plants very well. There's a kit in the hand of Trials, and there's also a fair amount of utility on that CT side. They're playing together here, so it does bode well going into the last stage.
Exactly. Beautiful shot there from Zero with the Deagle headshot onto Trials. It's going to be interesting to see exactly what Zero and Ryback can do now. Whisk is on his own, of course, in a 1v2 situation, trying his best to go around that smoke as slowly as he can, playing the ninja. See if that opts well for him, but it's plenty for Apps, and Zero's in a perfect position to take him out when he is on site, and look at that, causing some good damage. Ryback knows exactly where he is now, because Zero's obviously relaying that information, and Ryback takes them out with the aim for a 1. Good round for the T side to make it level 1-1.
Indeed. It's looking good from them. A nice little answer back there. You know, the utility being used well. They're able to isolate the 1v1s. And like I said, playing those close-range angles, it doesn't work out in the end for the CT side, as they're just overwhelmed by the pure number of terrorists because they didn't put a dent, you know, in that manpower with any early aggression. And this is something I think that maybe, you know, could be a difference between these two teams, is rounds like that, the smaller things, because B-Magic is kind of well known as being part of the old guard. He's actually Australian, but well known old guard of the UKCS, and he's quite a smart player as well. We've had him on, I believe, at Epic 22. He did a few casts, you know, and he's got really, really good insight into the kind of smaller nuances of CS. Whereas on the Enclave side, they're kind of lacking that in-game leader voice, as it were.
I see, yeah. And going back to obviously the last round, I know we're pretty much very far into the third round here, but it would be nice to see the CTs do some sort of crossfire and not take on the Ts one by one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they got the control of the site. Obviously, Pit got killed straight away after that. And, yeah, it just wasn't good. They need to kind of be doubling up or playing in pairs and one single.
Yeah, the buddy system for sure, you know, so that you've got someone, even if you do manage, you know, even if you do go down,
you can at least guarantee that trade.
Exactly. It's so important. Yeah, I believe it's they do have, so it's Shaney, right, as the in-game leader. Shiki is the in-game leader.
Shiki, yeah.
For Enclave, which not quite the point that I was trying to make. I was more sort of saying like they don't have the old voice, you know, the more experienced voice there. He is a little bit of a newer name to CS. I think won I-Series 61, however, so you know you can't quite knock them on that one. Or it might have been I-60. They've won an I-Series recently. Shaney and Shiki are kind of the duo of that Enclave side. However, in this round, getting ripped apart by the power of the SMGs.
Unfortunately, which I didn't really expect, to be honest, but it looks like the T's have got the momentum, that being Triple B, and looks like they'll be winning this second round too. Well, second round will be 2-1 if they win this, but not really much that Trial and Whisk can do in this situation, apart from maybe look for some exit kills and get a couple of $100-300 to go into the next round with a bit of money, because their money is looking pretty bleak.
Yes, very true. I think they were on that double eco situation after losing the kind of anti-eco round, that second round in. Their economy gets absolutely destroyed after that, right? So they sort of had to force, well, not had to force, but you may as well force, because you have to eco twice anyway. You might try and, you know, like you say, pick up some exits, get a bit of damage done on that terror side, make sure they also have to keep buying up, keep their economy under pressure, but unfortunately just absolutely tear apart. So they just opt to try and, you know, take those two CZs into this round and do something similar.
Well, as much as they possibly can, but let's be honest, I mean, obviously, because they've been forced into another eco this round, that being round 4, it looks likely that the T's, that being Triple B, are going to be, win the next round and make it 3-1. So, you know, this momentum and their strong economy, which they're going to have throughout these next few rounds, is going to, do some good damage onto the CTs, which is unfortunate for them. But I'm sure Shiki and Shaney have some sort of plan to come back. Just have to wait and see.
Indeed, it will all come down to that rifle round, which I think is going to come out just after this one.
And it's very important that they win that round. Otherwise, the gap's only going to get bigger.
Exactly. They need to kind of start evening up the scoreline and make sure that Triple B aren't able to string rounds together and not only start solidifying their economy and the scoreline, obviously, but also their confidence, you know, that they're going to have on this T side, which is a huge part, I think, of the T side, being able to just run straight in and peek into people.
Absolutely beautiful kill there from Ryback. M4 there onto Trial. Shiki getting a trade, but look at that, destroying the CTs. And I mean, obviously we expected that, because the CTs, of course, were on an eco, being Shiki and Shaney's team there. But you know, what can you really expect from that round from them? They just need to kind of like spend as little as possible going to the next round or two, so they can obviously buy now, as they are doing. But it's interesting to see if Shaney picks up an AWP, or if we, with no head armor, he opts for an M4. But looking like 5 rifles, should I say, is what they're opting for. So to see how this works out for them. If it doesn't work out, it's good. The gap's going to get pretty big.
Yes, it is quite an important round here. A fair amount of utility bought up as well. They did well to kind of control their economy in the past few rounds. So I would have thought may have gone for banana control, but in fact opting to play it a bit passively. We see this boost time and time again, how effective it can be. Trials lining himself up so that if they do smoke CT, he can still see over it quite clearly. And it does look like it could be a good read, because the Terrors putting a lot of pressure over towards B. They've got a couple players making sure no one's going to push mid or apps, but for the most part, the bulk of that team is over towards Banana, looking like they're going to set up some kind of an execute here onto the B-bomb side.
Yeah, it looks likely, but I'm just looking at a couple of T's there on, I don't know exactly who that is, but obviously getting that mid control and that apps control on the other side of the map, that being A. So I reckon they're going to be faking off B here, maybe more likely go for a rotate around to A just to kind of, you know, get one of those A players rotating back to B so they can, you know, kind of get onto the site as quickly as they possibly can. It looks like that's going to happen now, and it looks like that Arch player is going to opt to stay, which is not what they want. So I think they need to fake this B a little bit better if that's what they're opting to do.
Yeah, they really need to listen for the footsteps. I think they've got 2 players over towards mid. The bomb now making its way back towards B. So a little bit bipolar with their decision-making at the moment, the terrorist side, to say the least. However, looks like with only 30 seconds remaining, it is going to be a bomb site now. They don't have time to go A. Boost not coming into fruition yet. Whisk going to pick up 2, yet to be traded. Quickly into a 5 versus 3 now. The bomb yet to go down as well.
Beautiful defense there from Wisp, but unfortunately goes down to Big Black's AK, and so does Trials. Good double kill for him, and looking likely it's going to have to be a nice swift retake from Shiki and Shaney and Mr. Hubert. Is it going to be that or not? Because Duxter takes him out. That's Shaney going down to his AK-47, and that's not going to be a 2v2 situation. Ryback and Big Black Nick in a 2v2 situation. The bomb's planted, of course, as we can see, and good positioning here from Ryback and Big Black, so they can get one peek down Banana, one down on Ruins. But looks like Mr. Hugh's going to go in, clear some angles here, gives Ryback a bit of damage, looks for the kill, gets the kill, and that puts Shiki and Ryback in a 1v1 situation. Who's going to win? It's going to be a good duel, but unfortunately Shiki goes down to Ryback's in for a 1, and it's going to be 4-1 to the T side. Well deserved from that side, that being Triple B. Yeah,
indeed. They the counter-terrorists there really had to act quickly, no kits. For them, so time was definitely of the essence. Needed to pick up the kills in that point, and now their economy absolutely destroyed.
But you see that was an important round. It was their first buy in quite a long time, and now the gap 4-1. Could it potentially be 5-1 then 6-1 before they can buy again?
Yeah, we shall see. I mean, magical things can happen with the pistols in CSGO, so you can't always write them off. But it's kind of I'd say a 90-10 kind of choice. Or chance, rather, that they're going to end up losing this round due to the fact that they have that weaker buy.
Of course. There's definitely a chance they can come back. I'm pretty sure they will do, but it's obviously just more of a struggle than they would have originally anticipated or hoped for. But we're going to see an interesting aggressive Banana setup here from Whisk and Trials. Looks like it may work out because Triple B are opting for this push on Banana. Good shot from Trials, but Zero does double up and kill both Whisk and Trials, take the Banana team out, and it's going to be a 3v4 situation now. We've got CZ Deagle and another CZ, 2 on A and 1 on B, but looks like they're quite hesitant here, the T side, that being Triple B, to go to a site. They don't want to over-risk or overextend unnecessarily because they know how effective some pistols can be in this game, especially in the hands of Shiki, Shaney and Mr. Koi. Is that right?
I think so, yeah. I think that's how you're supposed to say it, indeed.
We'll go with that for now until we correct it.
Duxter will take down Shiki there over towards Boiler. Another kill comes in for Mr. Hoy, but now it's all on Shaney as he will go down in the end. And it would seem that Shaney not too confident in this one. He's kind of slowly making his way around, clearing a few angles, looking to pick up something, but I think a 1 versus 3 with a Deagle here is really out of the question. Doesn't even pick up the first, so a fair amount of economic damage being done by the CTs for very little investment indeed. They will be able to buy in this round because, again, despite the fact that their economy has been, in dire straits for the past few rounds, they have been controlling it quite well. They've not been force buying themselves into oblivion, so they never have any money going forward.
No, and of course they're not getting destroyed at all. I mean, they're holding as best they possibly can with the economy and the money that and the guns that they've got. But this is what I would like to see right now from Shiki's team. I want Whisk to pick up the AWP, dominate, get some control going, put some fear into Triple B, so they don't push as much as they would like to. And hopefully this will be a game changer, especially with the utility that they've got as well to use to defend the sites. It should be hopefully around in their favour.
Yeah, well, they need to kind of change something up because whatever's been happening hasn't been working, and Whisk getting a bit aggressive in Banana might well do it.
And using that ult just like I hoped.
Indeed, yes. You've got to get a bit aggressive with that, I think, on the CT side of most maps in order to find the kills. Otherwise, it becomes a lot more difficult when you've got terrorists rushing into you. You have to hit like every single shot, otherwise you probably will go down, especially at this level of Counter-Strike. You miss those shots, they're going to punish you. So forcing the issue can work in your favour sometimes. So now the terrorists have opted to go towards A because they don't want anything to do with that AWP. We're going to have 3 players. A really nice setup here over towards the back of the site. Shaney going to find one, yet to be traded. He will eventually go down to Duckster, but Mr. Hoy is here, picks up 2, finds the heads of 2, and Zio, the final remaining, will go down. 3 players remaining for that Enclave side as well. Bodes really well for their economy going into the next few rounds.
Exactly, and that beautiful pick, that first pick at the beginning of the round from Whisk with the AWP, as I was hoping he would you know, get in the end, he did, and that made all the difference, you know.
Yep.
Getting that pick, you know, forcing them off of B, rotating around to A, which they probably expected because of that passive play from the CTs. They knew and kind of predicted what their strat would be after that pick that Whisk picked up. So that was brilliant passive play from them, and they worked together as a team to flash them out and win the round, making it 5-2, and CT's taking that last round.
It's definitely something I think that can be quite effective, you know, getting aggressive in Banana, and it was something that up until the previous round, Enclave hadn't been doing at all.
No.
And again, they're kind of opting to do a similar strategy here, but they can use this AWP of Whisk. He seems to be hitting his shots.
He's in his strides here. He's taking full advantage of this AWP he's got in his hand, his magic stick, as people say.
Indeed.
And he's looking quite magical.
If you've got an AWPer that is confident, then you can definitely have a huge effect. Yeah, and the whole team can play around it. Trials with a nice little smoke. Spots out one, does a lot of damage onto a second. Ryback now will take down Trials, and the AWP has been smoked out. So it's a 4 versus 2. They'll at least be able to get the bomb down here, I would imagine.
But look at Ryback's HP,
exactly.
not looking too healthy, shall we say. And the retake's looking likely to come in quite strong here. We've got a couple of CTs, if not 3, rotating around to Ruins, but that's not going to matter too much because Nick's going to take out Mr. Boy. Goes for the second, gets the second onto Shaney. It's going to be 5-2 on the scoreboard, see if they can make it 6. Not looking too likely. Gashiki comes back and kills Ryback, kills the second, gets to the fuse, and that was a nice little retake from both Whisk and Shiki there to win them the 3rd round, which they really did need to stay in this game.
Yeah, Shiki, especially with the 3K, really doing well there to get the retake. They avoid the threat of the reset. You know, don't get the economy reset there and survive. With a couple of players alive, they'll have to drop a few guns across, and I think this is a round here where they kind of need to win quite decisively. A, because it will reset the economy of that T side, so they'll be forced onto Eco, and it'll allow Enclave to string together a few more rounds, and also because if they lose too many players, it will also have a dire effect on their own economy.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Shaney's opting to do on A with the P90.
We've seen it a few times across this tournament. I mean,
hopefully he gets a couple of kills here. I mean, obviously he's got some sort of plan in mind, but Dux is going to cause some damage onto the likes of Mr. Hoy there. Nice peeking from him. Smoking off, of course, after the damage is caused, so they can continue to have that control in A, but looks like Triple B aren't going to give much of a damn as they take them out as best as they possibly can, but Shiki comes back with a beautiful double kill, and Shaney follows up the 3rd with the P90. Good kill from Whisk onto Big Black Nick, and that just leaves the likes of Zio in a 1v4 situation, stuck in Banana with that bomb, looking very lonely. Not much he can do right now.
Yeah, he's got no utility either, so he's a little bit frightened, to say the least. He's got to find the headshot of this AWP here, and I think it's going to be easier said than done, to say the least, and he will go down. So that's going to be a pretty clean round from Enclave in the end. We do have names now at the top, thankfully.
Thank you, production.
Indeed. So beautiful
Our jobs
stuff.
are only easy now.
Yes. Indeed. But yeah, a good round. They only lose 1 player in that situation. Now they're starting to really solidify their economy, which is always a little bit more difficult on that CT side because you have to, you know, spend more for your incendiaries. You've got to get a defuse kit, and the M4 costs more than the AK. It's really against you in that respect. But they still haven't evened up the scoreline yet. You know, they need to. I would say winning this one cleanly as well is also possible. So.
That is, yeah, most definitely going to come into play. I mean, obviously the pistols are quite strong, as I keep saying, but looks like they're going to make it 5-5 with the utility and the weaponry that they've got, that being Enclave Gaming. But I can see them because they've got the momentum in the last few rounds. The economy's up now, and you know, the shoes on the other foot now with Beer Boys and Magic. I think they're going to go for the 10-5. That's what I predict. Anyway, I don't know what your prediction is, but I'm looking. I think it looks likely that they will be able to do that.
I think it might be very close in this kind of situation. This pistol round will tell us whether it will be or not. Zacti and Zio picking up a couple kills apiece. Now, Trials will take down Zio, so he can't do any more damage.
Beautiful.
And a nice little one-tap from Cheney to end it. So, again, you know, keeping the pressure on, but we didn't really expect Triple B to be winning that one with the buy that they had.
This is the round. You've got 2 AWPs, one on either side.
Yes.
AKs, rifles, left, right, and centre. It's going to be interesting to see who takes this round, that being round 11, and who makes it 6-5.
Yeah, it will be interesting.
Wait and see.
Yeah, indeed. Triple B will be able to take their lead back after only losing it for a round, or Enclave Gaming will be able to take the lead since winning that pistol initially, and kind of a nice bounce back here after being 5-1 down. You know, to win 5 in a row would be quite something. And of course, the economy of that T side is now not very strong at all. Zio, however, getting so aggressive on long, picks up 2. He does lose a teammate in the process, but now there's only one more player to deal with on this A-bomb site. It's going to be Mr. Hoy. He takes a little bit of damage, and he will eventually get taken down from balcony by Duckster. Ooh, I thought that was a kill from Duckster, a nice little 90-degree tap. He will get a second, in fact. Zacti helping out a little bit. Shaney only able to get 1 kill, and I have to say...
And I will eat my prediction now.
I think you will. I think you will.
That's a bit of a shame. I didn't expect that from Enclave Gaming, but you know, like you said, surprises happen left, right, and centre in CS:GO, and we just witnessed one there.
Well, I think again, it's this kind of pulling something out of your back pocket that you've not yet employed, because it is quite early in the game, right? On this terrorist side, Triple B had been playing very, very passively up until then. And then just all of a sudden, one smoke, couple of flashbangs, and boom, they're immediately out on long and pick up the kills and take control of the A-bomb site in a matter of seconds.
Exactly, and it was their first buy in a good couple of rounds, and like you said, they lost the last 4, didn't they? So they needed to win that last round, that being round 11, and they did just that. So that's 6-5 to Beard Boys and B Magic, and see if they can get this 7th. It'd be interesting to see if they can. Opting for a bit of A control here. There's only one bottom banana, so just trying their best to get as much information as possible, so they can decide what strat is best to execute.
Well, the scary thing over on B has been that AWP. Whisk doesn't have it at the moment, but it seems, you know, for the sake of safety and winning rounds, you know, being as easy as possible, Triple B are sticking to this A-bomb site because they don't want to have to deal with that AWP. However, Shaney is going to be over here towards the long area with that AWP in hand, so he might possibly be able to do some damage as the execute is going to come in. A few flashbangs. Mr. Hoy picks up 1 before immediately getting traded back. Shiki here to help out Shaney and make sure he can't get taken down. He will eventually go down. A beautiful 1 tap from Shiki, and Whisk on the rotate will finish it off. So a good answer back from Enclave Gaming. I think we've got a bit of a game on our hands, to say the least.
Absolutely. Very back and forth now, to and from, and that's what we like to see. Both of the teams are as equally as competitive as each other. But nice tight play there from Shiki on the site. I like playing that spot myself quite a lot. And he played very well there, getting 2 or 3 kills, I think it was, defending A site.
Yeah, I think the economy now, they have been reset in terms of their economy, but they had a bit of bank built up on that Triple B side, so they are able to pull out a buy here. But as you can see, B Magic himself, his namesake in the name of the team, unfortunately is forced onto that P250. Big Black Nick will have to sacrifice something. Ryback, however, is there to help out the team. Picks up the AWP of Whisk. I think they went for a double AWP setup in this round, which is a little bit risky, to say the least, and he ends up going down without doing any damage at all.
Yeah, if that was the case, it's a shame that Whisk didn't opt for that aggressive play that he's been playing recently. Nice shot there from Shaney. Obviously, good spatial awareness there, knowing that there's most likely going to be a push from Arch. Is it going to pick up the second? Not looking likely as Acti takes out Shaney with the AK-47. That's going to be a 3v4 situation right now. Enclave Gaming trying their best to defend the site, but look at this. Only 1 CT on B site, hoping and begging his team to come round and rotate and support him, but Zio being the lurker, looking like he's opting to play as best as he can, just like get right there with the lurking position, takes him out. And that sucks there against Charles. And it's going to be 6-6, and it's looking like it's going to be 7-6 right now, because we've only got Mr. Hoy here. He's in a 1v3 situation. Would he win this? No, because he's going to go for the exit kills, save the gun, which is probably the smart move to take, because he knows that they could probably buy next round if they wanted to, because he could probably drop a gun, maybe a light buy.
Yeah,
it's going to be very tight if they opt for that.
A force, of course, but
that'll be a desperate move, you know. If they,
yeah. But when it's as close as this, you know, the economy is
it worth waiting?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the kind of split second and small decisions that can have big impacts in CS. You know, the beauty of the game, I suppose. But yeah, I think in that case, if he'd have tried to go for it, he's out of position. He's far away from the bomb. They would have been able to tell where he was coming from quite early on, because he wouldn't have been able to stealth in. And the odds of him finding 3 kills there, especially on the B bomb site of Inferno, so hard to retake. You know,
on your own,
you know, alone. I mean, even with a number of players as well. There's so many angles to check, and you can quite easily, when you've got a lot of players, just get stacked up on each other and get sprayed down. They're going to go for a full eco here on the Enclave Gaming side, just sort of hope Mr. Hoy can do some damage with that AK, and perhaps he might end up saving this round as well to take it into the next round, which I would imagine would be a full buy from the CT side.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting aggressive play here from Charles and Whisk. I mean, this obviously has worked out for them in the past, so hopefully they can make it work for them here again in round 14. But we're going to wait and see, because it looks like there's going to be a couple of T's here to push up Banana. Good Molotov there from, I think it was Zio, but he's shooting through the wall, and it works out for him. Takes Whisk out the AWP, saying, I can use this weapon too. And it's going to be 4v5 here. Enclave Gaming desperate to make this work for them somehow, even if it's just getting a couple of kills to get a bit more money in the bank going into round 15. But look at this, Mr. Hoy makes the AK-47 work for him. Not one, not two, but 3 kills for him. And that is going to be a big game changer for this round. Zio does take him out. See that flick of the wrist there? That was beautiful. And that's going to be Shaney and Charles here with 2 USPs, no head armor, getting taken up by Zio. I think that's his second or third there in this round. And Shaney's not left with many options, but looks like he's going to go for it. I think he has to anyway, because they can buy next round either way. Can he get Duckster here? Look at that timing.
I know, incredible
stuff. Now he's pinned in between two of Beers and Boys and Magic, whatever your name is.
He doesn't have a kit either. Does
tries his best, though.
Duckster. Yeah, he does. Again, keeping that economic pressure on. Mr. Hoy with a pretty nice round there.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you don't win it, getting a situation like that where it's a triple spray down is really going to, pay dividends for his confidence.
Absolutely.
Confidence.
And the teams as well. It's good for morale.
Yes.
Good for the money. You know, it was an all-round positive. Unfortunately, couldn't take the round, but they've got a nice little buy here. They have to obviously buy because it's the last round of the first half. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what Enclave opt to do strat-wise to make sure this round is in their favour.
Yeah, there's only the one kit in the hands of Mr. Hoy, so I think a bit of early aggression or some effective crossfires to deny entry to sites in the first place is what would be required here, because once that bomb goes down, it's definitely going to be a bit more of a difficult situation. Aggressive over towards middle here, Zio playing the entry AWP, something that we obviously see quite often with that weapon. He's not able to find anything, however, as mid control has been given firmly over towards the terrorists by the CTs. Pushing up short though, Shiki going to try and catch them out. The flash comes in, he gets the double spray down. A brilliant transfer, also drops that AWP, brings it back into a 5 versus 3 now, and the bomb is over towards B. There are 2 players over towards B on that terrorist side. They're not really sure of where to go because their original plan of pushing A has been thwarted, to say the least.
Absolutely, and that's a brilliant play from, is it Shiki? Yeah, it was Shiki with the Famis there. Brilliant transfer like you just said there, and just looking more likely that Enclave Gaming are going to make this round theirs. And it'll be an 8-7, nice even game throughout if they do manage to get that round. Even if they don't, it's only a couple of rounds between. But looks like it's going to be a B execute here. Flashbang goes out from Duckster. That's going to force Whisk to hide away, but he's going to re-peek and take Zacti out there with the M4. Charles there on top of the crates, and look at that. Great awareness from Whisk, getting 2 kills there, defending B site with all honours. And that Duckster goes down to Shaney in the end, and that was brilliant little transfer, brilliant play from them all together, and makes it 7-8.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what they do in the second half.
Yeah, especially you can see that scoreboard at the moment, especially towards the end of the half there. Back and forth, to say the least, and I think it'll be interesting to see. I'd say Inferno at the moment is quite popular as a map. Also, it seems to produce the best games at all levels of Counter-Strike. Everyone just seems to be playing so
comfortable,
well on it. Yeah. And it's difficult to say at this point. Is it CT-sided? Is it T-sided? I think you can definitely make a case for both of those. As you can see here by the even scoreline, it's not particularly favoured in one side.
No, not
all
at all.
the time.
No. It's extremely hard sometimes to get that control down as, playing from CT. But obviously it's equally as hard as getting that control from T. So I think it's a very even map, and it does showcase skills for both teams. So it's a very interesting, intriguing match to watch, especially with these 2 teams going head-to-head. And it's going to be interesting to see what Enclave opt to do right now. Obviously Trials here just waiting down the bottom banana, holding as much control as he possibly can. But look at Zacti and Rylac, they're just coming down banana as well. They're kind of like relaying this information out. So obviously because there's no one holding banana that they know of, they are obviously predicting that it's going to be a strat on A. And it looks like this information might work in their favour. And Enclave needs to act now and make a decision so they don't get called out.
Yeah, they've got these 2 players with utility. So it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do with that. So late into the round here as well, 45 seconds remaining. Looks like they are going to get the lineups going. And possibly over towards Pit, over towards Long. That's generally the areas that you smoke on Inferno. There's not too many heavy executes that you can do, to say the least. Shaney's actually going to keep a hold of his smoke for later on in the round. They're going to go rushing in short. The flashes come in, blinds up a couple of players, allows them to get 1 kill so far. The bomb has been dropped by B-Magic, but he will go down. Duxter now will go down also without getting a kill in the end there. So the bomb going to be planted. Goosh immediately as B-Magic walks straight around that corner. That's going to hurt. 4 versus 3. No kit as well on this CT side. So again, they've got to be aggressive, got to find these kills. Zacti spots out the head of Shiki, finds him. There's 2 towards pit, 1 more on site that they've got to find. Trials, however, going absolutely huge right now, and he will eventually find B-Magic, and that's going to be a 3k to secure the round. 4 in total for him. So a beautiful pistol round from Trials to secure the 8th round on the board for Enclave.
Yep, well played from Enclave there. Nice aggressive play, but also smart play there, pushing short, and obviously it worked out well for them. So they got obviously, you know, a mixed buy here, SMG's rifles compared to Beers Boys and B-Magic's utility buy here with of a smoke and a flash and you know, a couple of Deagles and ZZs. What can they do? Probably not too much. So looking likely it's going to be 9-8, but like we keep saying at this LAN, surprises in CSGO.
Yeah,
are becoming more and more less of a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen earlier in the tournament, Kings Unite, a team who I think now have gone out. But in the group stages, they just seemed incredible with Deagles. The amount of rounds that they won just off the back of individual pistol plays was just insane. It
can completely change the round in a matter of seconds, so you're completely right. And that's why Enclave Gaming are probably, you know, the best thing for them to do right now is take this slowly.
Yeah.
Don't rush into anything,
you have
especially
to give
if you're on your own.
You have to give that respect.
You've got to, absolutely, because you can get absolutely punished by these Deagles, these pistols, if you're not careful. Dux is opting for a bit of aggression here on Apps. Gets the kill onto Shaney there. Zio follows up on the other side of the map, kills Shiki. And that is going to be a forced push into B right now. Look at that brilliant kill there from Ryback with the CZ. But Charles and Mr. Hoy take out Ryback and Zacti there. It's going to be 2v3 right now. Looking for the retake here, Beers. Onto Enclave Gaming, and the bomb's going down as we speak. We got Mr. Hoy here in ruins, trying his best to get a kill, and he does just that. Gets Zio, tries to double up, and he doesn't need to try because he gets that kill nice and swiftly. And these Ducks are here in a 1v2 situation. No kit, only a smoke, getting some damage caught from sight. Mr. Hoy says, hello, I'm from ruins, and kills him as well, the AK-47. Brilliant round there from Enclave Gaming, and that's going to make it 9-8 to them.
4K from Mr. Hoy as well.
Brilliant play.
Really recovering the round there. It was a 4 versus 2 situation before they entered that B bomb site. Fair amount of damage done though by the triple B side. They're going to go for another kind of soft eco here, a few upgraded pistols and whatnot. No armor, but again, just keeping that pressure on the economy, making sure, you know, that someone, at least 1 or 2 players, I think, over on that terrorist side have got to keep forcing up, so that when it does eventually come to the gun rounds, then it will be, you know, a lot more costly for them. Mr. Hoy with a nice double spray down to stop any more damage being done from Banana there. Zio did pick up 1 kill, however, CZ over towards middle.
Very ballsy from Cheeky. Very ballsy.
Yeah, very crazy play over towards middle, a little bit of whiffing coming in, but unfortunately the 12 bullets that CZ is restricted to will cost Zacti his life, and now the B-bomb site completely open. And you would have thought with this utility, superior weaponry, up against 2 P250 should be an easy 10th round on the board here for Enclave.
Absolutely. And there's not really much that the CTs can do here, that being Beers, and they're trying their best to take out Shiki, but Shiki's been very cheeky in Vietnam right now, taking Duxter out with the UMP, and what can Big Black Nick do right now? He can go to mid and die just like his teammate. Not really much he could have done, though, to be honest, let's be fair. Yeah, no, but 10-8 to the Enclave Gaming, and see what they can do now, considering both teams have a bye.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that CT side decide to go for an AWP. They're not going to, in the end. They've only got the 1 kit on Duxter again. It comes down to the, you know, the crossfires, a bit of early aggression. We saw in the pistol that Triple B definitely were favouring a little bit of aggression, especially over towards Apps. So it'll be interesting to see if they employ something like that in this round here to try and get an early pick. But it's sort of like, you know, if that doesn't work out, it could end up costing you the round, and then Enclave are going to, you know, make that gap even bigger.
Exactly.
And begin to solidify their economy, you know, and it's just, again, the little things can have the biggest of effects.
Exactly, and just what we witnessed there from Enclave Gaming, just rushing up Banana and just molotoving top Banana where Car used to be, obviously, and just forcing the CTs away from that position, which just gives, you know, Enclave Gaming that complete control of that side of the map. Yeah. And that's what you want about ENCS. You want control. You want to be able to make decisions. You want options to open up to you, so you can make, you know, as many strats, you know, available as possible. And that's what they've done. And now, unfortunately, Beers are on the back foot, but to see how they counter if they do choose to execute B.
The classic lineup of that flashbang over towards the first Orange's position from Ryback. He is ready to strike with the counter flash in this situation. Throws it out. It won't actually blind up many people. Zio able to get one before he gets traded back. Ryback does exactly the same. So into a 3-on-3 now as the trades have been all even Stevens. However, that bomb going down definitely fancies... Oh, the T side, Mr. Hoy. The double spray down through the smoke. So lucky, like you say, but I mean, to get that lineup and to have those players, you know, grouped together is just absolutely incredible, and he'll be loving that one.
Yeah, Duxler's like, I haven't got time for that.
Exactly, it's kind of the tilter at that point, isn't it? You know, something like that happens. There's nothing you can do to control that. They hadn't shot, they hadn't really given their position away. It just happens, and there's nothing you can do to retaliate.
No, just pure intuition there from, who was it that got that kill from Mr. Hoy?
Mr. Hoy,
yeah, well played from him, and that's going to, you know, make it 11-8. Unfortunately, you know, let's have a look at the economy. Not looking too shabby there for Triple B. Obviously, you've got one rifle onto Dux and a couple of flashes, but are they got for a force here, or are they going to go for a semi-eco? And
Duxter's obviously saved that info.
Yeah, of course.
Info, so it does bode well. But I mean, one thing to consider here is as we will have just seen on the stream, right? So Zio's on 20 kills, which is fair enough. It's a good number, but the rest of his team kind of lacking a little bit, and it kind of makes you think, did he carry them through that T side, which is possible. One player can come alive and have a huge effect on the T side, whereas on the CT side, you kind of need everybody to be firing
in sync together. Yeah, exactly. Get that crossfire going. I mean, obviously teamwork's vital on both sides, but sometimes you've got to defend a little bit better on the CT side. Brilliant kill there from Whisk, finding Big Black Nick out there in Boiler, and that puts Beers in a 4v5. I say that, but look, 4v4 now. Shiki getting taken out by Zacty's Deagle there. Good headshot from him. Nice little peek there from Duxter, but not good enough. Whisk takes him out. Trials takes out Zio. Ryback does follow up. Eventually gets a kill back with the CZ, but he's got a CZ and an AK. Can he use that well? No, he can't, because Mr. Hoy takes him out. And that's going to be 12-8 to Enclave Gaming. And now they're forced... oh, no, they can buy. Of course they can, yeah. So
they went for that eco, but I mean, in that case, I guess they are able to get the buyout here, right? But I feel Ryback might have been a better idea for him to save that AK. It would have been very hard for him to get anything done.
Yeah.
And of course, that one-tap potential with the AK, you know, is huge. It can make all the difference. The amount of times we've seen someone, you know, get a dink with an M4 and they get shot in the head with the AK, and it could have been a confirmed kill if they'd have had an AK. But you know, as the nature of Counter-Strike, unfortunately, works against them. So we'll see. Maybe it'll come back to bite him in the backside in this round. A bit of Apps aggression, quiet aggression, mind you, but still stacking 4 players over towards alt mid and Apps.
Yeah,
it's a little bit risky from Enclave Gaming.
It's
one
risky,
flashbang could bring them,
especially where the Boiler player is right now. He can completely wipe these Enclave Gaming teams out, and that's Duxter in that position. And he takes out Shaney, and Zaxi follows up, kills Whisk, and they do get a comeback there. Trial does take out Zaxi with the AK-47, but you know, it's a 3v4. They're pretty much on A site or around that area, and if they commit soon, they can get, you know, onto the site and actually get the bomb down. But Dux is in a good position too, so whether or not they can actually do that is looking more and more unlikely as the round progresses.
Indeed, they've still got Zio with that AWP as well, which is a bit of an unknown entity. He's over towards B, holding that down alone if they opt to go B, but I think now after that kill onto Duxter, he will want to rotate in. Trades coming back and forth. Shiki picks up 2 to open up the A-bomb site. Fair amount of damage being done onto Mr. Hoy by Ryback, but now I think he just needs to wait for his teammate, not get too over-aggressive and give away a kill here. Blinded up. But manages to get away with his life. That smoke as well, definitely going to put a spanner in the works. The dink coming through the box in the end.
Exactly. Done the right thing there, right back. He needs to wait for his teammate.
Oh, I like
coming
this.
in here. I like this too. And, you know, can he get the alt pick here? Oh, if he just maybe waited a little bit longer, I don't know. But Shiki, Mr. Hoy trying their best to defend the site. Good kill there from Zio onto Mr. Hoy. He's going to put Shiki in a 1v2 situation against Zio and Ryback. Can he defend this site? It's playing for Apps. It's playing for him. Come on, Shiki. Can you do this? Can you not? He's being patient. Rightly so. Doubles up. Lines up, unfortunately, for Ryback and Zio. And that's going to be 13-8 to Enclave Gaming. Nice play from there from Shiki. Good plant for him, obviously.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, you know, fail retake there, but they did try that boost, which I would have, you know, liked to see work, but it didn't.
I think one smoke as well could have really changed that situation, or if Zio would have been a bit more confident with where he thought Shiki was coming from. He was kind of contemplating, is he pit, is he graveyard, is he in the apps? If he'd have just watched the app spot, which, like you say, is kind of a typical place to play from, and there may have been a chance that he hits a shot and denies that the round win in the end. For Enclave.
Exactly. Yeah, it was unfortunate. You know, things happen in CS, and look, unfortunately for Beers, this round is going to go into the favour of Enclave Gaming. Unless they do some sort of performance that I've not seen before, which is retake with a Deagle and a P250. Not looking likely though. I think the best option for them is to try and get a gun, but Shiki's going to say no, Big Black Nick, you're not going to get any guns whatsoever. Ooh. And Duxer has a beautiful shot with the Deagle, but Mr. Hoy just denies that dream to go any further and takes him out. 7 HP, what can you do? You know?
Exactly.
But now they can
It'll
buy.
Be interesting
now they
to
can
know,
buy.
As well, I was just thinking it'd be interesting to know what the score was on the first map. I know for a fact, because I was stood behind the players, it was 16-12 on Nuke in the second map in favour of Beers, Boys and B-Magic. But it would be interesting, you know, because it could have been the first map very one-sided towards Enclave, and then Nuke a bit of a pocket pick at these kind of events, right? Not a lot of teams have been working on it, and that may have allowed Triple B to take that one. So it'd be interesting to know, maybe we can find that one out. Trading 1-for-1 so far in Banana, a lot of utility expended by the T's to gain that one control, but a fair amount of pressure at this point. As a player over towards second oranges, Ryback will go down as he gets a bit over-aggressive with his peak, trying to get something done. A fair amount of damage being done onto the T-side players, but nothing converted into a kill as of yet. And the immediate call to save here, I think, from the CT side.
As well.
Just going to have to play for the overtime. They're going to need, there's 7 rounds in a row after this.
I mean, they have it in them. You know, it can happen. But I think this is the smartest option for them to do, basically, is to save the guns and go for that overtime. I mean, we're playing overtime, I take it, obviously.
Yes, yeah.
But it just arrived, guys, and warming up. Forgive me.
In the group stages, it was point based.
Right,
so you get like points for a draw. But obviously, with it being the kind of elimination stage, right? You know, these players are going to go home if they lose this. If they lose this map,
which they don't want to do. And will they get these rounds in a row? I have to wait and see.
It's a difficult ask.
Are you predicting? No. You're going to stay in the safe zone. No predictions.
I think they. No, I think
it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
Yeah. I think they will definitely get a few in a row because that tends to happen, especially with such a lead that Enclave have. Teams get a bit more lax, but the economy on that T side is absolutely baller right now. They've got such deep pockets. They'll be able to lose a couple rounds quite easily and fully buy up, no problem. So it's a case, if they want to make this comeback, not only do they need to win the rounds on the side of Triple B, they need to win them convincingly and get there. Oh, what? Shaney kills himself.
That's not going to help, but Ryback is going to punish them even more, killing Whisk, and now Ryback here is kind of defending B-side as best as he can on his own. He does have a bit of support there from the CT side now, and that's unfortunate for Shiki and Charles there to, or should I say Mr. Hoy and Charles to back off. I mean, if they did push on to B that time, they could have maybe got the site, but look at this. Shiki's being very cheeky like he likes to be. No rhyme intended as he goes round to short with his teammates, forcing a rotate off A to B. And now they've got the site, and now they can plant the bomb, and now it's going to be a forced retake for Beers, Boys, and B-Magic. And it's looking likely that they're going to be put out of the competition if they don't retake this site.
Possibly a little bit nervous, you know, with their over-rotation there and thinking that it was a telegraph B hit.
Brilliant bit of faking there from Enclave.
Mr. Hoy, though, playing towards Porch as he picks up one, does a lot of damage onto Zio as well. Zio not able to find the shot, left on 46 HP, not quite sure what that flashbang was, and Zio will be the last and he goes down. So 16-8 in the end for Enclave Gaming. They will win in the lower bracket semi-finals, I do believe, 2-1 of that best of 3. Of course, we only covered the final map there in the end. So